So far, it looks good. I mean, it's tough to know without getting to wear it for a little while, but the hardware's nice. It looks like an actual watch.
It does.
It's
like a smartwatch.
It does, yeah, but it feels nice. It looks nice. It has a rotating bezel that kind of works the same way that Apple's digital crown does. So you have some hardware interaction, not just a touch screen, and it should be here in October, so hopefully we'll get a chance to spend some more time with it soon.
So what was the good and the bad with it?
So the good is that it feels like a real watch, which I think is the main sticking point for consumers right now, is that a lot of these smartwatches don't feel like watches. The bad thing is Samsung, whose software is not always the greatest, is using its own Tizen operating system on this, which could cause some compatibility issues and really isn't as streamlined as Google's Android Wear.
But are people going to look at this and say, oh, this is the poor man's Apple Watch?
I don't know. I mean, I think we'll have to see how Apple continues to update the watch, which maybe we'll get a peek at Wednesday at the iPhone event.
Right.
At least the new operating system, maybe some sales numbers if we're lucky, but I'm not too optimistic that we're going to get a whole lot from Apple on Wednesday.
Well, I got to say, I was at the Apple store over the weekend in my neighborhood, the Short Hills Mall, and people were, it was crowded as usual, but there were virtually no one was around the Apple Watches. Nobody seemed interested. I took a look at them a little bit, but there wasn't a lot. I don't know. It just, you know, people were like looking at laptops. They were looking at iPhones and things like that, and they were trying to get their stuff repaired too. but you know, we don't have numbers from Apple, but do we have any indication whether the sales are doing well at all?
I mean, kind of the received wisdom at this point is that sales were great for pre-orders. Sales were great when they first hit stores, and it's been on a steady decline. And now Tim Cook said that that's not the case, but he's not giving us any other numbers to rely on. So for now, we really just have to sit and wait until Apple either decides to break the numbers out or maybe gives us an informal update, you know, a graph, a chart, something even without a hard number.
Something to hang on. Yeah.
Something to hang on to.
Okay, and the Moto 360, why do we want to talk about this?
So this week was a big week for smartwatches. Motorola updated the 360 for the first time since last year when it debuted, and they doubled the price of the watch, which is a big move from $150 to $300 starting point.
Wow.
But it's fully customizable. There's special sizes for women. There's different colors, different bands. I think they saw what Apple did and decided, okay, maybe we do need to sell this as a fashion accessory instead of just a gadget.
And just before we go, we've only got about 20 seconds or so. So on Wednesday, the event, what do you think is going to be, what's the whisper on what is the big thing that's
I mean, the big draw is iPhone 6S and 6S Plus, maybe a new, bigger iPad, maybe some kind of Apple TV product. As with Apple, you always have to just kind of sit and wait.